Well, howdy, people. It's been a sad week. I just want to apologise for last week. I'm a night owl, so I ended up sleeping right up to 8 o'clock last week, and thought, too late to put it in the show now. So I give my apologies for that. Today's show is going to be a bit shorter than normal. We've got Mark's got marching orders, and I have an 18th birthday party happening in the house. So I've got people everywhere. So it's going to be interesting. But other than that, we're also in this show today recognizing Charlie Kirk and what happened to him. Honestly, I think that's a loss for the world, an absolute loss for the world. Mark, you got anything to say about that?
Yeah, I woke up to my friend who I'd sort of helped wake up through COVID, or a little bit earlier than COVID, through the Trump movement and stuff, and we lost a lot of money together betting on Trump. And the second time around, but he texted me in the morning. I got a text message from him in the morning saying someone's shot Charlie Kirk. They've got him, and he was just like, I don't even know like what to do or what to say about it, kind of thing. And I was extremely surprised how touched he was by it, just because he hadn't really followed things so much. But I think he's woken up to what's going on so much as well, that seeing something like that, he knows what it means just as much as we do. And it's such a sad day that to be assassinated because of your political opinion in 2025 by a sniper rifle from 200 meters away is something else. It's the people die every day, obviously, and a lot of people have been saying some pretty average things and say, oh, people die every day and it's not so big. And it's like, well, if you condone living in a society where you can be taken out like that and people just go, so what? Well, what kind of society is that?
I don't want to bring any things up, but there's a lot of people on the other side who are literally celebrating, and you've got to ask yourself, do you have a soul? Do you have any sort of humanity at all?
Yeah.
Right? If that was my child, I would be slapping them around the head real quick, I can tell you.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a father of two little beautiful kids and a husband. It's like, just to grow up without a father and to be taken like that, words can't express.
Yeah. It's it upset me a lot, a huge amount. I love what he had to say. I love that fact that he would go gentle on some people and then he would go hard on others, right? Depending on just how far they thought their beliefs went. And most of the time he proves himself right. He did occasionally cut people off, but I think he was so smart, he knew exactly where their argument was coming from in the first place. But even still, to be shot like that by this young gentleman who is most likely going to end up with the death penalty, right? Because they have the death penalty in Utah. So, and so I'm not saying the word unalived. I so hate that word, right? You're dead. It's dead, right?
Yeah.
The young gentleman, he took the shot. Now, a lot of people say, it has to be professional hit. Mate, I can hit with a sniper, with a rifle and with a scope. I can hit something at 200 yards. I can tell you that now. All right. So, and I've had shooting experience from my days out on the farm and whatever. So,
it absolutely reeks of a setup of something government or something Israeli or something that people were saying, that kind of stuff. It reeks of all that. With the old guy who put his hand up and his pants fell down and acting crazy, and they took it as a decoy almost. All of that stuff reeks. But then you look at the evidence that they have on this kid, and it's I don't know how to dispute that evidence. They've got the video footage of him coming off the roof. He's admitted to it. His parents turned him in because he admitted it to them.
Yeah,
there's so much that says it's him.
How would you be being the father of that son and having to turn your own son in for doing something horrific? I mean, I feel for the father and the mother. It's like, wow, really?
Yeah.
Phew. But
It's
where do
it's
we
like
go from here? Is this going to be an issue where, like, the lefts have crossed the line? Right?
yeah.
Is one crazy individual, or are the people who have been holding back, being peaceful, being talkative, have finally just said, "Nah, there was the line in the sand. You just crossed it." Is this going to be now a much more reactive environment where the people on the right are going to start fighting back? I mean, I did see one section where they were holding a vigil outside of the hospital, and somebody rode through on a motorbike saying "F you, Charlie Kirk." Right? He didn't make it too far down that line.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm pretty sure I saw the rest of that, and I'm pretty sure he got his ass beat pretty bad too.
Yeah, pretty much. Right? And did he deserve it? Over in America, you're allowed free speech. So yes, he should have been able to say that, but respect. Have some bloody respect. Are you a human being or not?
Yeah,
right? You've
also,
got to ask that question. Are
it
you a
also
human
shows
being?
your IQ, doesn't it? When you go up to a bunch of people that are grieving like that and taunt them, you're going to get a reaction, and your reaction's not going to be positive.
Oh, I suppose I should turn the comments on so I have a look at that.
That'd be good.
Right,
we can see who's joining, the 5 people that are joining us on Saturday night.
Oh, we got 7. We've got 7 at the moment. So thank you very much for that whole 7 watches. But yeah,
especially after the big rally today, everyone will be tired.
Sorry?
Especially after the big rally today, everyone's going to be tired.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's been some interesting stuff happen on that as well. But I know Sydney was very interesting. Carl Voice Freedom streamed it today. I was supposed to be helping him, but no, me out like a bloody light. So, just 5 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it's all Charlie's fault, really, in one respect, because it was 5 o'clock in the morning that he got shot. And I was just about to go to bed, and this popped up on the newsfeed.
Oh, wow.
Right. And it was like, wow. And so I started investigating and looking and seeing, and like 7 hours later, I'm still doing it. So, yeah, but unreal. Right. Absolutely unreal. Now, before we get into the rallies, just be aware that there's a Charlie coin out there, right, in crypto. Right. Don't invest in it.
Yeah.
That's my advice. It's not financial advice, but my advice is that there'll be people throwing up Charlie coins and making some way of trying to rip the system off. So just be aware of that. Right.
Yeah.
Don't go there. Don't lose your money. And we've got, as I said, we've got some other crypto noise or news as well. So we'll get into that. But let's just have a quick talk about the rallies today around the country. What do you know, Mark? What have you found out?
For the rallies? I was just reading a comment. I just didn't touch on it again. Yeah, for the rally. I watched the Sydney. I've done really well this week, Vince. I thought that I was going to be able to attend the Sydney rally this week. I was going to go and take my camera down and hopefully get some footage and share it with everybody. But I messed up my dates and thought that it was on Sunday.
Yeah, so did I.
Last night when I watched the stream with you guys the night before the rally, I was like, oh, it's tomorrow. It's not Sunday, because I had work off on tomorrow, but not today. So I had to work today, and I was just like, oh no, I had to miss another one because I just couldn't get work off. But if anyone wants to go to a rally tomorrow, I'm free.
All right, so there's a question there from Mr. Bill. Well, is there any truth that Ben Shapiro will take over Charlie's platform? I doubt that very much.
I doubt that one. I doubt that.
No, so I don't think so. That's not going to happen in that respect. There was a live show done by the CEO and the executive producer in the wee hours of this morning, which I sort of once again was about to go to bed and I should have gone and I should have been brought up in America. I tell you, I'm in the wrong time zone. But anyway, yeah, and there's already a book online about the shooting too. Yes, lots of those went up quick, and somebody probably just AI'd it and then tried to put it out there, making money. I mean, there's one that says it was an exclusive investigation, popped up almost the same day. How can it be an exclusive investigation? Well, that wasn't even an investigation that had happened yet. But the rallies here in Australia. Okay, so Melbourne apparently went reasonably well. They had about 10,000 people.
Yeah, I saw the news. They tried to have that counter rally, and there was a bit of hustle and bustle where they was arguing with each other, but not too much. In that one,
apparently
the news report was definitely trying to drum it up as we're idiots. That's for sure.
Yeah, there was also apparently only really one way to get to Parliament House because the coppers had blocked off most of the streets. So that made it even more difficult for people to attend. But, you know, Melbourne always leads the way. So
yeah, they're good. Yeah, they're pretty good. Sydney, from what I saw, was really tame. They did a really good job. Mary Jane and Michael Sims did an amazing job. I'm not sure. The news said that they got like 1,000 people.
I heard about 5.
Yeah, and which was way more. I don't know how many was there, but it was way more than 1,000 or 5,000 people that the news reporting. It was way more than that. But they did a great job. The speakers were great. I saw that Guru ended up speaking on the stage, which was interesting considering all the stuff that was going on during the week, where they were going to set up their other rally. They must have come together and said, we're going to put our differences aside.
Well, they allowed Guru up as far as I know, but I understand that the union pretty much got shut down by the police.
Oh, yeah, is that what was going on? I saw that earlier, but I had to go to work, so I couldn't watch it all.
Yeah, so what would happen there, they were going to set up a big scaffolding stage and a whole heap of PA systems and everything, as in a separate rally. Now, I can't see the common sense in that. I mean, this freedom group needs to start looking and saying, hey, we all need to join forces and we need to have a debate, hence Charlie Kirk, about things. But
we're all trying to go that way.
Yeah, right. Let's all, we're all fighting against the same thing. So for fuck's sakes, put aside your petty little grievances and concentrate on the big picture. Right. That's just my philosophy on it. Anyway, but apparently the police shut him down. They took away the scaffolding. The council workers took away the scaffolding. They wouldn't let him run the barbecues because they hadn't gone about getting the relevant permits.
Yeah.
Right.
And so when you look at what Mary Jane and Michael have to go through, they literally had to go to court, and then they want to piggyback on the back of their work. That's fair enough in a way that the cops come along and say, look, you can't do this at this event at the moment, because I guess is it a safety thing that they can't, that they say?
No, was it piggyback though? Was it piggyback, or was it we're trying to take over? Right?
Oh yeah, piggyback to take over. Yeah, well said.
Right. So personally, you're going to build a big scaffolded stage with big, huge speakers, etc. You're trying to take over what's already happened.
Yeah.
Right? Want to make your own rally? Go for it. But effectively, you should have been fighting the same damn fight.
Yeah.
So there should not have been any issue with that. If you didn't get to speak on stage, who cares?
Exactly right. There's going to be so many rallies. We're going to, if this is supposed to go where it's supposed to go, they're going to have more than enough opportunities to speak if they really want to speak. And if they get told no this rally, then they might get an opportunity the next rally.
Yeah.
And if they don't, then so be it. That's just life. I mean, their message, most of the time, the message that some of these people are saying it's not going to change the world kind of thing. So it's not the best. It doesn't matter if they get up and speak or not. I thought it was great hearing Cass speak today. I thought that was great. Heard.
Well, in all fairness, I haven't listened to it yet. I've got 4 hours of video. I
thought it was really good speakers. I really like Bonds. Is it Stuart Bonds from Newcastle? He's pitched from Newcastle. He's from up think it's Stuart Bonds. He's great from the One Nation Party. And yeah, Cass spoke really well today. She did great. She explained about gold and silver to people, which was really good. I think there's a lot of people in the crowd that needed to hear some of her information about the financial stuff and probably don't know where to find it. And I think that was really good that she got up there and was like, "Look, guys, you guys are in. I'm really qualified in this stuff, and you guys are in trouble." And I think that was really good that she said that, considering some of the bad stuff that was being said during the week, saying that selling. What was it? What was the words that were being said? Selling retirement schemes to people.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, that's not what she does. That's not what she does. she empowers you to do it yourself.
Yeah, self-managed super. It says it in the name. Self-managed.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. So FFS looks after the filings and bits and pieces for you as part of their fee. Fantastic. But you own the funds. You choose where they go. It's like, man, common sense. Come on, for freak's sakes.
And even if she did charge you, even if she did say, "I'm going to charge you a couple of grand for this session,"
she does.
You'd walk away from that session with so much information and so much freedom in your financial life that she would empower you. That your $2,000 would make you so much more money at the end of the day, and the end of your life, that it's worth it. It's just like it's understandable that she has to charge for her time. But yeah, I thought it was great hearing her speak today. I thought it was good that she got up there and basically said, and she spoke straight after Guru, which I thought was fun. Oh no, sorry, Guru spoke straight after her, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a bit more for that $2,000. You don't just get the information; they help you actually get your funds out and help you set up your self-managed super funds, because you've got to abide by obviously the government regulations. So there's a lot more to that. But the fact that the organisation even put the money forward to help sponsor the rally, that's the part that people should have looked at. That there's a business out there trying to support the freedom people around the world. But anyway, I suppose we should probably get off that. Apparently, Brisbane was doing well, had lots of numbers, and then Tricky got up and had a bit of a speak, and things didn't go well. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll look into that one later.
I haven't heard anything about that. That'll be good.
So, but, not that anybody's going to listen to me, but as far as I'm concerned, all these people who are brave enough to stand up, put their head above the crowd and say, hey, we're fighting for Australia, then fight for bloody Australia and stop frigging fighting for your own ego. That's my situation. Join forces, because until we do, we're not going to keep this corrupt government under bay. So anyway,
we're not going to get. We got to join the political parties, all the little political parties. Like, it's been good to see the hard party
come together and just make one party that's going to come.
One party, pick one leader, and that's what I think Carl was saying. They were trying to do it but they wanted One Nation, didn't they? And they wanted Pauline had to be leader, but then no one wanted Pauline to be leader, so it canned everything, which is stupid.
Yeah, that is something that I heard. I'm just going to see take it away for a second. I actually have some results that I want to bring up from that. So I will find a spreadsheet.
Yeah, you go looking. I saw a comment in here in our comments from King Duck 82. Thank you very much, King Duck. You've got a great comment that says Jake Claver talks about taking out a loan against your crypto so you don't have to pay tax on the loan. Don't know if that applies in Australia. That definitely does apply in Australia. It would be the same thing.
That one there.
Yeah, and Jake Claver, for anybody who hasn't found him, I've watched one of his big long interviews, I think yesterday, maybe the day before. So you're doing well, King Duck. We're on the same wavelength. And he talks about how to finance or how to organize your finances when it comes to crypto, so you don't have to sell your assets, you don't have to give up what may become generational wealth that could be something that in 100 years' time, your family is still benefiting from. That's the way he looks at cryptocurrency and the way it's going to work. So yeah, definitely, if you're looking at Jake Claver, keep listening to Jake Claver. I sent him a message. I'm hoping he's going to, I hope he gets back to me. Just asking if he's got any affiliates or partners in Australia, because I wanted to hopefully talk about that kind of stuff here as well with you guys, so we could look at if you've got. See, he manages wealth. It was like $500,000 plus. So you're gonna have a little bit of coin before they're gonna start managing your money for you. But his tactics and the way he organizes his accounts is very much the same as what Cass is talking about, with setting up trusts, taking out loans, and basically owning nothing and controlling everything, going back to that theory. But yeah, Jake, that from what I've learned about Jake Claver, keep following him. He's on YouTube under Jake Claver for anybody out there that needs to find him. Have you found what you need to do yet, Vince, or do you want me to keep babbling?
Yeah, no, I have actually found what I wanted. So just let me bring that back up, because, of course, I went diving off somewhere else. So let me just bring this to the stage, just in case people are interested. This is the final results from the last set of votes that we've done via Verse Preferences. So I did a report about a week afterwards and was saying there's something like around 20% of people didn't vote. Once they finally got the rest of the votes and stuff in, that number has dropped. But it's still quite significant. So I'll try and just make this a bit bigger so that people can actually see it on the screen. All right, so this column that I've got coming down this side here is actually the column of everybody who was eligible to vote. Okay, and here is the percentages of the government as they won it. Right, 29.58% of all of those eligible to vote voted for Labor. So less than 30%. So less than 1/3 of Australia voted for the current government that we have in. Right, the Libs got 17.75, and I've got a few things to say about her and also Senator Price. I love that woman. She speaks the truth. She's right. She may be a politician, but she still speaks the truth. And she got in trouble with it, her party, because she wouldn't kiss the ring, as Carl put it last night. Yeah, which ring? I'm not going to say any more about that. So effectively, then you've got that one there, I think was One Nation from memory. Oh no, that's the Greens. God help us. But anyway, down the bottom, it shows the total amount of 85.59% of the people actually voted. And that's including those who voted invalidly, right? Which is that one, that figure there, 13. No, that can't be right. It's not 13,000. No, sorry, that's not it. But basically, it ended up that 14.41% of the people did not vote. Right? That's a huge amount. 2.6 million people, just in case you're wondering. Anyway, so that was that one that I wanted to talk about. I'm now going to go here and look at this. It's a Bitcoin chart. We're actually going to talk about cryptocurrencies. We're like 26 minutes into the show, and we haven't said one thing about cryptocurrencies other than don't buy the Charlie coin. Yeah. What's been happening in crypto? Well, it's been reasonably quiet, right? We've seen it drop down, and now it's picked back up. Is the bull run over? I don't think so. Not yet. I think it's got a long way to go. But as we can see, Bitcoin's back up to 116. It's still not at all-time highs. It's been higher. XRP, nice to see that back up. My XRP bag's looking a little better now. Thank you very much, Mark. Right. So, yeah, most of the stuff is in the green, as we can see today. right? And that includes all of the shit coins and all those other bits and pieces as well. So you need to be really careful what you're going to choose in Bitcoin. But we do need to put out a little bit of a warning. Popped up today, there is actually a video, and I'm going to place the URL in the chat, right? Which basically you guys need to copy and go and have a look at this video. All right. Did it pop up? Yes, it did. There it is. Beautiful. Right. What it actually talks about, it says Bitcoin wallets compromised. Do not sign a TX before watching. So Bitcoin wallets, and this includes certain wallets that are like hardware wallets as well. There are some desktop wallets that are compromised and some that are not. So what's actually happened, there's an encryption process, LTM, I think it is, or LNT, that is effectively designed to help keep your wallets encrypted. One of the guys who developed that particular system apparently had his system compromised. And there's been extra code put in that will literally, when you go to make a transfer of Bitcoin, will swap out the receiving address with one of their own, right, in the transfer. So it's worthwhile going in and having a look at this. So in this time and age, I would be very careful about doing any transfers unless you read the whole number across the TX for where you're transferring it to and comparing it with where you've got to send it to before you hit the yes, send it. I'm not going to go into great detail. I caught flashes of it in between all the other stuff that I was researching for Charlie and Voice of Freedom and Jacinta Price and whatever. So go and watch this video. It's very, very, very important that you check it out because you do not want to lose your funds simply for that. So do you have any news?
A little bit. I'll send you a share screen.
Yep.
I'm
going to do something.
Luckily, despite there not being a lot, I still managed to bookmark some things as I go. So I was just looking through. I was like, oh, I've got a couple of things in here that are kind of fun to talk about a little bit. I've got a German. Throw it up whenever it gets to you.
Yeah, it's there. I'm just going to give everybody a warning. I'm going to do something I shouldn't do on stream. I'm going to have a smoke.
Go for it, mate. It's Saturday night. If you can't have a cigarette at 8:30 on a Saturday night, then we don't live in a free country, mate.
We don't. Sorry.
We're fighting. That's what we're fighting for, your freedom to have a cigarette on a Saturday night, mate, and not pay like $5 per day, which is insane.
That's
a whole other thing. So this is. I'm not sure if I showed you guys this on another show that we did previously, but this is a German news channel, and I'm not sure exactly who this bloke is, but he's like a famous analyst in Germany on one of their main channels, and he's been kind of talking about XRP for quite a while now and telling people that you should definitely invest. He told you to invest when I was telling you to invest, I suppose, but like 50 cents kind of thing, like back a long time ago. And he was saying, watch these charts. And he's come out again and said, watch these charts. So I'll play this video for you. You might have to read the subtitles. So do your best. I'll make it as big as I can because I'm pretty sure they're going to speak German. So we'll do our best and see how it works.
Sind wir bei 301.
Ja.
Und wir warten auf den Ausbruch. Das ist ganz klar. Wir warten auf den Ausbruch und da macht der XRP keinen Alleingang. Auch er macht keinen Alleingang. Es gilt nach wie vor das, was ich hier geschrieben habe. Und wir warten, wie wir sehen, auf einen News-Trigger, auf einen Market-Trigger, der die ganze Geschichte pusht. Und das Ganze wird dann, wenn es gepusht wird, nicht gepusht durch die Spot XRP ETF, sondern wenn der Push stattgefunden hat, wird dieser Push verstärkt durch das, was wir möglicherweise im Oktober sehen werden, speziell beim XRP und auch beim Solana. Wir haben 7-wertige Spot XRP ETF-Anträge in der Deadline.
Für den Oktober.
Für den Oktober. Das heißt, da gibt es seitens der SEC kein weiteres Aufschieben mehr. Das heißt, zwischen dem 18. und dem 25. wahrscheinlich wird die SEC ein Datum nehmen und sagen, da werden dann alle gleichermaßen, wie das damals auch beim Bitcoin und Ethereum der Fall war, freigegeben. Und dass die Nachfrage nach einem solchen Spot XRP ETF relativ groß sein dürfte, hat man gesehen anhand des Future Tradings bei der CME Group. Da ist der XRP Future rekordverdächtig erfolgreich in den letzten 3 Monaten gehandelt worden. Und das ist eine gute Implikation auf das, was da kommen wird. Aber jetzt, wir haben heute Morgen.
All right. So if anyone can't read really fast, he's basically saying that on October the 18th to the 25th is when we're supposed to have a deadline for announcements about an XRP ETF. And most likely that we should get that the announcement for the ETF, which should propel prices upwards. And yeah, he also mentioned Solana in that too. So any Solana holders out there that are looking at that, a date to watch, whether or not it happens on or around that date. This bloke's pretty accurate when it comes to previous things that he's spoken about. It's just very interesting because the American media, especially Australian media, but definitely the American media won't really speak about XRP in this way. They'll talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum a little bit more, but definitely they won't give XRP much time. So it's interesting to see from the other side of the world when you've got analysts saying, have a look at this coin, and basically it's got all the hallmarks of going upwards in an upward trajectory. Hopefully, what are we in September, October? Hopefully we might see something happen next month. And looking at price action today and the last couple of days, it looks like we might be heating up a little bit towards that. So keep your eye out on that one, guys.
So September's always been known as a month where Bitcoin and crypto drops. So what we're seeing here is still valid, although it dropped early in the month and is now back on the rise. So that could be a good thing. All right, carry on, Mark.
Yeah, and it looks like the structure it's carrying too at the moment on without going to the charts. It looks like as you'd usually tap a trend line trying to break through it. I think we're almost up to our 4th tap on the trend line. So there's a chance it might break through on this one. It'll be interesting to see. Sorry, guys. Another really interesting thing I found was Russia talking about what's going on. Apologies for the subtitles tonight, guys. I'm making you do some work, making you work a little bit harder and do some reading. But unfortunately, we've got things from the other side of the world. So this was a post from Black Swan Capitalist. Thank you, Vasan at Black Swan Capitalist, for your beautiful work. They are also on YouTube. If you want to find those guys, they do like hour-long interviews with lots of different people in the sector. This one's from talking about Russia. So Russia warns the US is using stablecoin-backed treasuries to offload $35 trillion worth of debt. The play is to push global adoption, then devalue the dollar, leaving the world holding the bag. Stablecoins aren't the solution. The real answer is a neutral reserve bridge asset, and that's XRP. That's Vasan's opinion anyway. But I'll play you this very interesting video coming from the Eastern Economic Forum. I'm not exactly sure.
Америка прямо сейчас пытается поменять правила на рынке золота и криптовалют. Вспомните, какой у них долг. 35 триллионов долларов. В общем-то, это 2 альтернативных валютному сегменту мировых рынка. Действия Вашингтона в этом направлении отчетливо демонстрируют одну из главных американских задач. Они очень хотят решить проблему снижения доверия к доллару. США, как это было и в 30-е, и в 70-е годы, будут решать свои финансовые проблемы за счет всего мира, загоняя всех куда? В криптовалютное облако. Со временем, когда часть госдолга США будет размещена в стейблкоинах, США обесценит этот долг. Еще раз простыми словами, у них сейчас валютный 35-триллионный долг, они его загоняют в крипту, в облако, обесценивают и начинают с нуля. Это для тех, кто очень любит заниматься криптой.
What do you think about that, Vince? He didn't.
Well, yeah, there's
Америка
a
прямо
couple of truths
сейчас
in that.
одну из главных...
Sorry, mate. Just
There's
goes
a,
on
there's a
all that.
couple of truths in that where he's talking about it being an alternative currency. I'm just going to add this to the stage because Mr. Bill, where are we? What's the status of a MOG coin? Well,
What's the status of Moncoin?
I'll take that one off and we'll add that one. MOG coin. Okay, so you wanted to know. So here it is. Here's the status of a MOG coin. Now, that is the yearly chart, admittedly, but you can see it's been up fairly high. Even though we are talking, I don't know how many zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 zeros before we even start to get to a value on it. Its current 7 days, it's actually on the rise for the 24 hours. So they are, as you requested.
Moncoin. That's hilarious. I thought that was a joke. I didn't know there was an actual Moncoin. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Good on him.
So I'll give you your stage back, mate. Sorry.
You're right.
Remove
I
me.
mean,
Add
I
that.
just that Russian video I thought that was interesting just because of their opinion on crypto. I don't know if they're backing it too much or if they're just talking about specifically the stablecoin is going to be used as that. Vassan's argument is that XRP could be used as the neutral reserve asset, which backs up David Schwartz, one of the creators of XRP. His argument that if countries don't want one single country to have a reserve currency and control the world's currency, then is it too hard to see them agree on a currency that they can all use together that's digital? And I think that's a pretty fair argument to say that's they'd prefer some crypto guys to get rich and they all get an even playing field rather than just have one country keep manipulating the currency around the world and printing it into oblivion, devaluing it. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't know really. You'd probably have to dig into this one a little bit more to see what the Russians what their point is on this one. Though they reckon, in a way, I don't think they're wrong because this is what I've been talking about. That they're going to use. It seems that they're going to start using stable coins to buy debt from the US, and whoever gets left with the bag at the end of the day is whoever gets left with the bag at the end of the day, I guess. So the Russians are saying the rest of the world's going to get held with the bag, get left with the bag, maybe not. It's going to be interesting to see. But a very interesting point of view and something to think about when you're looking in the big picture. Anything? Oh, I was gonna maybe. I'll forget. I was gonna save it maybe to a bit later. But going back to a Charlie Kirk thing, I found this really cool meme, which I thought was worth sharing with people. It says, "Do you think someone will pick it up, Lord? Someone will, Charlie. Someone will." That's I think that's pretty powerful. I saw that and I was like, that says a lot in today's society, in today's world. I don't think someone. I think there's going to be a lot of people that pick up that microphone and have a lot of things to say. It's going to be interesting to see what this can of worms presents.
Yeah, it's true too. A lot of people, I think, out there have been changed by this. There's no doubt about that. And like, this is a crypto show, I know, but this particular news has affected the world, everybody. I was speaking with Carl earlier today, and he didn't realize just how much Charlie was revered in Australia. Right? He didn't realize just how much that was, and to be taken out in such a way. I mean, there's conspiracy theories going out there. There always is. Like, he's still alive. He ain't alive. Trust me, he ain't alive. And, you know, there's a thing about his ring or swapping from his ring finger from his fourth finger to his fifth finger, right? That's been debunked. I've debunked that because it's a flick ring. It actually comes off.
I saw that.
All right. Oh, you did see that piece, did you?
Yeah, I saw that myself, and I was like, "Oh, I hope people really catch on to that one quickly because it's very self-explanatory of what it is, and it immediately debunks this. The world's a stage, and it's all just a show. And it's like, come on, man! Did you see the amount of blood that came out of that guy's neck? I don't think they.
Yeah, I tried not to show that.
Yeah, yeah, it's horrific.
Out of respect for the man. Right, really, out of respect for the man. So, yeah, as I said, it's on a stage. It will be interesting to see how things go. I'm going to just drop this up too, just to show you. I spotted this, as in while I was searching for the Moncoin, and it's Hi-Fi Finance.
Having a good day.
Yeah, like that's there. This is the yearly chart we're looking at, right?
Oh, good year. Yeah.
That's their top. Look what's happened in the last little while. 200 and something percent it's went up.
Wow.
Right. Now, let's go for the max. That gives you a bit of an idea on the max on that. So, I don't know, market cap, etc., total supply, High Finance. They've got a white paper, Reddit, Twitter, and Discords. A blog. It's on the Ethereum system. If I've got information on when it starts, it does tell me. Right, no, it doesn't. All-time low. Actually, we can get a bit of an idea from here. So this one's been around for a couple of years. So something's happening in that ecosystem that's made this jump occur. So just something to be aware of. But just thought I would show that there. That's one of the things that's
very
happened
interesting
in the last day or
some
so
of these
for that particular coin.
Get ready, guys. If this market really starts to jump again, some of these things are gonna fly. Like you're gonna, they say it's gonna melt faces. Your face will start going when you're looking at the prices when you're waking up in the morning. You go, oh my god, I didn't think it could happen this fast.
Yeah. We will both, Mark and I will have to try and pull our fingers out a bit more and give you a bit more stuff on that. I'll chase a bit more into that wallet compromise stuff, and we'll see if we can find out what's going on with that for next week. Once again, I apologize for us missing a couple of weeks in a row. It's just the way that worked out. Mark was unable to attend in one, and I overslept for the other one. So I haven't even had a shave. I'm almost growing my beard back. But I've got to shave the wisdom back off again, so I can't be classed as having wisdom. So, Mark, I think at this stage we should probably call that for tonight. I'll get you out early so that your missus doesn't kill me.
Too easy. If you want, I've got one more meme that I found, which is like a Charlie Kirk one. I'll show you, which is it's a little bit dark, but I think it's fair.
Well, hang on.
You can probably see it before you throw it up.
Remove me, and then I've got to do that. There we go.
So this is.
I'll just do this. There you go.
This is a timeline that someone posted. And it says 2008, my fellow Liberal, me, centre right. And then you can work you all the way down. My fellow Liberal on the left is running away in 2012. In 2021, you've got a woke progressive calling you a bigot. And then in 2025, he's lying prone with a rifle, which is, I thought that was also pretty powerful because I think Elon Musk retweeted that as well, which I was like, yeah, that's a pretty fair thing to say. I hope we can all end up a little bit here again, a little bit here, a little bit in the center. That'd be kind of cool.
The center's moved. Right? It's like, what is center anymore? And Charlie was always very Christian and very strong in his beliefs in that. And I'm going to say this, right? There is an episode where they got into a debate about death and the death penalty and whatever. And it was Charlie's belief, right, that effectively that if you take somebody's life, you forfeit your own. That was his belief. He said that, right? Just so that the young gentleman who decided to do this, he should realize that if they followed Charlie's belief and what Charlie wished, then you've just sacrificed your life for nothing, pal.
Yeah.
Right?
They're not going to go easy on him, that's for sure.
But, yeah. What's Bill looking at? Spread, hang on. Wax. I haven't heard about wax for ages, but anyway, I had wax once upon a time. Never mind. So effectively, guys, for all those, let's hope that this doesn't erupt into a violent war. I mean, a lot of these people, I did see some people on the left who were busily saying, hey, we didn't condone this. We don't condone this. Right? Yeah. They didn't. But I saw others that were just literally celebrating it. And for those, you have no humanity. Period.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there's some great people on the other side of the argument. There always is.
Yeah.
And they're the people we're trying to, come on, let's get together and do this.
So, final thoughts before we shut up for tonight. Do you think that we are still in the bull run?
Yes. I think start to prepare your rations, get your helmet and your seatbelt because you might need them soon. That's what I reckon is going to happen.
All right. So upon that, how long do you think it's going to last?
Well, I think we'll see the sell-off like that, the end of year, the Christmas, New Year's sell-off that we usually see. If we bump up into it, I think we'll see a sell-off. But then I think we could definitely see another kick back into 2026. That's okay. Very possible. I just think the Christmas time sell-off is pretty regular. People like to have their money at the end of the year and to buy presents and do all that kind of stuff. And if they've waited this amount of time to get a run into Christmas time now, they'll take their money. So you'll probably see it. I reckon you might see a dip, and then with it, there's a good chance we're going to keep pumping. I'm definitely not selling all mine. Whatever prices we get to, I'm not going to be selling all mine. I'm keeping a lot of my whatever I hold to. I'm Jake Claver style theory where I think this could go generational wealth style, and I don't think it's smart to just get rid of it. I'll be hopefully taking a loan and all that kind of stuff and avoiding some tax with any luck.
Yeah, so you are going to take some profit though, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got a trading bag and a long-term bag. So I'll if my trading bag gets to a point where I'm like, oh sweet, I can pay off all my debts and I don't know, buy a car, I don't know, something like that. I might look at that. But I'm also kind of like, I could just keep driving that crappy car I've got for a while, and then maybe a few years down the track, my XRP will be worth even more. So I think this has got a lot of legs, what's coming with the system. So yeah, I'm like I said before, I'm Jake Claver, the Jake Claver into the future, really trying to protect what you've got. I think this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it's not to be sneezed at.
Okay, so do we have a link for Jay Claver anyway?
No, I haven't got a link for him other than just he's really easy to find on YouTube. If you just type in Jake Claver,
how's it spelled?
Find it. Jake, 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 Claver, Claver.
All right. Well, without a capital, but I'm sorry, Jake, but there you go. That's the
And
name.
he's a money manager from America, and he manages a lot of wealth. And he's like all in XRP himself. He'll tell you that himself.
I should have figured it was an XRP.
Yeah.
Should have figured that.
Yeah.
But okay, next question, and probably the last one for the night. Is it too late to invest some money into crypto?
No.
Why not?
Your timeline, if your timeline, like I was saying, is to 2030 to retirement. I'm 41 years old. I turned 41 the other day. For me, I've still got a yeah.
Happy birthday to you. You live in a zoo. Oh, sorry.
I've got a long way to go.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah, I got a long way to go before retirement and that kind of stuff for me. So it's like I've got to look at this in a very long term way. Where if you're older and you haven't got much time and you don't want to wait, then your returns will be a lot less. Look at my little man snuck in.
See, that's the symbol we've got to get off air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're more short term time frame, understand that your risks are going to be a lot more because you're going to have to wait. Technically, you're going to have to wait a bit longer to get your returns, or take maybe a smaller return. I would have hoped everybody was in 6 months to a year ago. If you were in 6 months or a year ago, you'd be doing very, very well. You should be very happy with yourself. At the moment, yeah, don't be scared. If you just sort of buy weekly, if you've got that kind of attitude where you could buy fortnightly on your pays and that kind of thing, just start stacking and keep stacking. In 10 years, when XRP or one of the other coins that you may have invested in is worth $10,000 and you bought it for $3 or $5, you're a very, very happy man. It's just it's just your time frame and your patience and understanding what you buy and what you're holding, so you have the confidence and to stand there and say, I don't care if it goes up, I don't care if it goes down. I know it's going to do something in the future, and you can ride the wave.
All right. Well, with that and the appearance of the time clock, hello, little time clock. We should probably leave this show for tonight. We thank everybody who's watched, our whole 7 viewers. Thank you very much. Feel free to spread the word about us. Also, please feel free to go to merch.voiceoffreedom or VOFHQ.com and get into the lottery there. You could win yourself $750 that you might want to chuck on crypto. So you could do that, or even get yourself an ounce of silver in our special little containers, which I have one here, which I haven't painted yet. One of these. So I've got to hand paint that yet. But generally speaking, feel free to go ahead and do that. We'd love to see you guys over there. And with this, all I have to say is that from our crew here, from CoinToss and from the FBN network, to Charlie Kirk's family, his wife and his children, we're thinking about you.
Yeah. Condolences, guys.
Yep. Sorry, getting a little emotional there. All right. So from us here tonight, in the memory of Charlie Kirk, we're going to say good night, keep the peace, love everybody, be strong, keep your faith. Right? Anything you want to add?
No. Amen. Amen.
Good night, all. Amen.
Good night, guys.